Hi, thanks for watching, and today we're going to take a look at the setup for Slaughterville. Setup always begins by setting out your player mat. Player mat is going to be the player's starting area, as well as a place that they can go to heal and rest from the evils they're going to face in Slaughterville. The next thing you do is choose a villain. You can choose the werewolves, the ancient burial ground, the descendant of Bathory, the body snatchers, or in this case, we're going to choose the cannibal rednecks. The villains actually set the win conditions for both the player and the villain, and allows the game to be more modular and varied. From here, we find the villain's deck, which is a 24 card deck that matches the picture on the villain mat. We place that next to the villain. Give it a good shuffle. That represents the villain's actions and their life. Next, we choose the locations that the players are going to be allowed to visit. This is done using a location deck. This location deck contains a card for each and every location in the game. Now, if we look on the Cannibal Rednecks, they have a required location that must be put into play. In this case, they must be at the farm, as you would expect. From there, we can choose 5 more random locations for a total of 6. Players will go through and travel through 6 different locations in this game. So we're going to have the insane asylum, the cemetery, the residential neighborhood, the forest, and the church. The other locations we put back into the box. Once you have these, you find the corresponding location mat and put that into play. The farm, the asylum, the cemetery, residential neighborhood, forest, and lastly the church. Okay. Once those are chosen, the rest of these can go, again, back in the box. Find each location's deck, place it on the appropriate card. This is what allows your players to explore and encounter each location. Each location contains events, items, allies, victims that your player is going to be allowed to encounter. For instance, in the forest, they may encounter the webbed man. They may find an old jawbone they can use as a weapon. This tall, slender-looking fellow. They might find strange symbols carved into a tree. A forest ranger, or a trapper out looking for his next victim, his next meal, who can come along with you as an ally. Alright, give the decks a good shuffle, and set them on the mats. The game also comes with a set of dice and markers for clues and for health. For the prototype, we use these red gems for clues. But for the final game, you're going to have cardboard chits for both the clues and for health. We're going to choose our players, and you can have up to 5 players, but we're going to be choosing the religious one and the angry one. And again, you will have cardboard markers for health, but we're going to be using these 8-sided dice. Finally, choose the pawns. Villain's always the black pawn, and the players can be any of these colors. We're going to choose green for her and red for him. And that's your setup. Fairly quick. When we come back, we'll actually take a look at a couple of rounds of play and to show you how the game plays. Thank you. Bye.